Hello everyone, and welcome back to another adventure with Clive. And we've come back to the Druid's Grove. And in the previous episode we did get Karlach, and we do have Will. So what I want to do now is go to the underground passage, and that's going to help us sort of clean up this area and then allow us to get some XP, which is what we need the most. So let's head in through the front door. Alright, it looks like Shadowheart taught spells. She does have Bardic Inspiration. And she also does have her channel Divinity, so that's a nice heal. So hopefully we don't need more than that. I can cast Rage with Karlach, we still have those. And in order to correct the mistake I made last time, I'm going to actually use Longstrider now. And we can cast it for free at level 2, which lets us hit more people. And Longstrider, if you cast it outside of combat, it is a ritual spell. And that means that it can be cast like a cantrip, so it doesn't use up a spell slot. So we'll probably be stuck with just casting cantrips with her, which is not a big deal. She can use Firebolt. She is a half high elf. Alright, so further down here, there is a trap that we need to disarm. And we can disarm them by clicking on these ruins. There are these Guardian Stone statues that will shoot you if you go near them. Why not stealth? Yeah, so the perception check is for this trap. So we can't really go too much further. There's also this goblin that is up here. And tracker worm. So let's try to sneak and separate the party. And what I could probably do is try to get a shot off before she can fire. Hopefully get a stealth kill in.
My hand slipped.
You are technically supposed to talk to these goblins, but I think we're gonna skip the conversation. We should be in range from here. Yeah, we'll take the shot, and then if it doesn't work out, we can have everybody come this way. Oh, nice, we got her. Oh, I'm getting hit. Let's just back up and get out of here. Alright, looks like it's off now. I'm gonna sneak back over there. Alright, let's sneak back to this ruin. It shouldn't activate on me again. If we're sneaking. These goblins have so little health. Need to click on this ruin, and this will turn off that eagle statue. Yeah, now it's off. Okay, looks like there's a few people here. Like 3. Sharp Eye Gurza. I think we'll just get started with this character and then move everybody in after that. I could bring them closer. Nah, it doesn't matter. Let's get started.
I'll strike you down.
What? 98% chance to hit with advantage? And I still missed. And that wasn't even a critical miss either. Alright, so let's just get everybody closer so we can get them into combat now. There's a guy down here that's unconscious, and we can actually awaken him if we have a way to heal him. I don't think I have any spells that I can use, but I probably could use a health potion and throw it at him. And I'm gonna get Karlach in there. She's gonna be able to kind of destroy these guys pretty quickly. So my other guy's in combat. It's our turn. We're number 1 on the list. I'm not sure why this guardian statue's on the list. Should not be activated. I turned it off before we started the fight. Alright, let's move Will closer. We'll give Will the height advantage as well. He's gonna be spotted here. That's fine, it'll still complete his action. Alright, let's see if we can throw a potion that far. Nice, we got him up. This guy will be friendly to us. He was ambushed by the goblins earlier. Hopefully he doesn't go down again. We'll see. And we need to get Karlach into battle. I wonder if I can jump over there. Okay, so everybody's in combat now. But I can still use my hunter's mark, so that's gonna be nice.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
How did those goblins slip into the grove?
It's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Alright, we got an inspiration from Will. Let's group everybody back up and we can do a short rest. I'll probably need to do a full rest before we do any more fighting. Yeah, so there's no more fighting in this tunnel. But we do have to turn off these traps, especially the ruins that are around here.
Best be on my way.
And you can just sneak over to these things and then click them off. I'm not sure where this ruin controls. Ah, it's that one right there. And there should be one more in here. No, it's down there. I could probably jump over there with Karlach now that we have a strength character. It's gonna be very nice. Yeah, we can get over there. Now it's activated. We don't take that much damage from fire with her. We do want to turn it off quickly. Alright, it's off. There's a charred key here. And some other items. Alright, so there shouldn't be any more traps around here. So we can just walk around instead of sneaking.
With haste.
So if you want to leave the tunnel, there is 2 ways to leave the tunnel. And the one to the north is going to be the one that takes you to the main area where the vendors are. Alright, before we leave the cave here, we definitely want to come back up the cliff here where we started at. And in this little room, there's going to be this chest.
Watch how you go.
And you can see that it's trapped, so we have to disarm the trap. So let's take care of this. We probably don't need any extra help. Alright, so that's gonna get the trap off of it. And this is the key that we just got, the charred key. So it says we just use the charred key. And it has Nature's Snare staff in it. Grab that. And there's other things in here. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. You can pick these things up and then bring them with you and use them in combat. Maybe I'll do that later. Yeah, so that's it. So now we can head out to the north and exit the cave from there. So when you exit out from this side, you come out next to where that goblin was that you talked to in the cage. And you can just jump up on this side and it'll take you right out to the main area.
You're gonna be sorry, every last one of you.
And here's that goblin. What I'm gonna do now is we'll go through and get all the things we couldn't get. Like, I want to get this harpy's nest. We couldn't get that. I'm gonna show you where a couple of items are too. So I'm just going to run to those places and then we'll just show you where these things are once we get there. And I'm going to sell stuff too. That's going to probably be the biggest time sink, is me selling all the stuff that I have. So let's go do that. Okay, so let's go find Damon and then we talk to him to help with Karlachs' problem.
Thought I sensed an Infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallogized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help, but I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Where should we look for infernal iron?
I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look.
We'll keep our eyes open for some iron.
Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up.
So Damon will help Karlach with her infernal engine problem. So we'll have to remember that whenever we do find some of the infernal iron, we need to bring it back to him. While we're here, we'll probably sell, and then I might just pick up an upgrade or two. So I'll do that, and then we can move to the next place. Alright, we're down on the beach here. This is in the sacred pool area, so look at the map. There's a sacred pool, and it's just down on the beach from there. And this is a place where you can go and use your highest strength figure, and you can move this rock. Let's move it a little bit, maybe. And then underneath that's going to be this amulet of Sylvanas. And that is a amulet that gives us a restoration. So, pretty nice. Let's just switch this stuff around here. There we go. So we now have another amulet. So that's one item we can find. Alright, just past Alfira here, there's a chest in the back. And it is a lock chest, so you want to take your highest sleight of hand character and lockpick that chest. And we do have a decent amount of bonuses. We really don't need inspiration for this. And inside this chest is a cap of curing. And this is actually a pretty nice item. It gives our bardic inspiration a 1d6 of healing as well. So we can also heal them while we do bardic inspirations. So this will definitely help your main healer, especially if it does spec into bard as one of its classes. Okay, so let's go to the next place. Alright, so if you didn't have a high strength character or enhanced jump, you can come up to this nest, and this nest is right here. You have to go all the way past the harpies, and then kind of walk around the coast there. And this is the nest, and there is a item in here. It's the color spray ring, and then some other items we could take. And there's a note. So there's a note and a journal. So we can like read through this stuff. Miriam and Edmund. And you can also pick this up and take it with you, and then you have the journal. And that's another thing we can grab if you have a high strength character or if you have enhanced jump. Okay, and the last thing I totally forgot about while we were up here talking to Raphael is that there's a dead skeleton here. You click on this dead skeleton and they do have a silver pendant. And this does give you guidance on a character, so if you don't have a character with guidance, this is a good way to get that. And with this history check, I think they're talking about the cave that has the spiders inside of it. That's up here as well. And we already got that item. Okay, so this should be the last item, so we can go back down the hill and then head on over to the goblin area. Alright, I went back to the camp because I figured we probably should take a long rest before we go and fight the goblins. There's going to be an awful lot of combat there, and we definitely want to have our spells back. So what we're going to do is do a long rest, and we may get one of the events. So if we do, then I will show that event. If we don't, then we'll just move on to the goblin area.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong, or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
How long since you killed someone? Days, hours?
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals. Boars. Deer. Kobolds. Whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer, fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Why didn't you tell me?
At best, I was sure you'd say no. More likely, you'd ram a stake through my ribs. No. I needed you to trust me. And you can trust me.
You tried to bite me. How can I trust you?
Because we don't have a choice. Not if we're going to save ourselves from these worms. I need you alive. You need me strong. Please, only be a taste, I swear. I'll be well, you'll be fine. And everything can go back to normal.
Fine, but not a drop more than you need.
Really? Of course. Not one drop more. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
It's like a shard of ice into your neck, a quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches, your pulse quickens.
The longer it goes, the more of a debuff you get. So I would just say persuasion. That's enough. And we have that -1 charisma. It's gonna be fun. No, we got it. Barely.
Oh, of course. That was amazing. My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy.
I'm looking forward to seeing you fight.
Shouldn't take long. So many people need killing. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're invigorating, but I need something more filling. This is a gift, you know. I won't forget it.
You watch as he stalks towards the forest, stronger, more confident, ready to hunt.
Alright, well after that little event, you do dig up with a debuff. It's not too bad, just -1 to attack rolls and saving throws and most ability checks, so we shouldn't have a problem. My attack rolls are pretty high. And we also need to talk to him again. We did give Gale his artifact.
Good morning. How do you feel?
My neck hurts, how do you think I feel?
Be grateful I'm not a true vampire, then. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn. Like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers.
Any other drawbacks I should know about?
Oh, I've no idea. For 200 years, the sun would have turned me to cinders. Until the crash, when I woke up bathed in its light. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time.
If I can help, just ask. We're in this together.
You're such a sweetheart. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
Vamps don't scare me, as long as they keep their teeth to themselves. No sense judging someone for who they are. Except devils, obviously.
I'd just better not wake in the night to find fangs at my throat.
We need him, like it or not.
He's not wrong. We're bound together, no matter what comes.
We all have our shit to bear. As long as you remember your manners, Astarian, you're welcome at my fire.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
Okay, so we should leave and head back to the wilderness. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is just trace back our steps and go to the mouth of the Owlbear Cave here. So that's right here. So this is on the way to the goblin area, so we're going to take care of this part first. There are two things in here we want to get. There's a chest in here, and there's also a item. So there's a spear. It's a part of the broken spear. So if you do have the shaft of the broken spear, which is what you got from Edowin, and Edowin's the dead true soul that you found on the road with his two siblings over him. So he has this shaft of the broken spear, and there is another piece inside of the Owlbear Cave that you can use to combine both of them. So we're going to get those two things. Okay, let's go through here. There is the Owlbear in here. We probably want to have our character selected that has good animal handling checks. So when you come to this point where there's a fork in the road, you can go to the left and get the chest.
Owlbear prey, no doubt.
And the Owlbear is going to be to the right here. So let's go to the left first. And we're going to see this chest. And this chest has a saloon seal on it. And so let's go do this first, and then we'll kind of circle back around to the Owlbear. Alright, so in order to do this, we need to have someone with a high religion check. And you can see they're already looking for certain religious pieces like this statue.
I'm ready.
So this chest is trapped, and the only way to break that trap is to find a prayer sheet. So we just need to pick someone with high religion and have them jump across. Oh, there it is. So this is the Selenite prayer sheet. And you need to pass a perception check in order to pick it up. So you can just grab this thing and then you can hop on over to the other side.
Prayer. How useful.
And you can just place it right in front of the chest. Just hit drop the item. You can just read it.
Nothing but empty words.
Yeah, so she failed that check, so she's not able to unlock the chest.
Just an old prayer.
We need to find somebody that's going to actually be able to read this. Let's see if Will can read it.
An old prayer.
Okay, so Will succeeded.
Curious symbol inscribed here too.
And what this does, so you just put it on the ground next to the chest and have somebody read it that can actually pass that check. If no one can pass the check, then I guess you're kind of stuck. So, just, yeah, make sure you have someone pass that check.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
No, we're not going to do that.
This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed.
She has a bias towards
Try
Selûne.
that moon witch, or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
You could try to do insight check on her. And she's going to give me a bonus. Or Karlach will, at least. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I could burn an inspiration. Okay.
I should have stayed quiet. You want the truth? Fine. I worship Shah, Mistress of the Night, Selûne's twin and foe. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
Fantastic! Monsters in our minds and around our campfire.
I don't care who you worship, we have bigger problems.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner.
So you can actually start prying a little more into her, if you wanted to. I mean, it could just be the nice way out. It'd be 3. Thank you for telling me, at least.
Don't thank me. I'm breaking Lady Shah's teachings just by doing so. But sometimes you have to be practical.
Okay, so we're not gonna listen to her, obviously. We're gonna open this up. I'm gonna use Karlach because she has the capacity. So we get this Moondrop Pendant, an Idol of Selûne, Bloodstone, okay, and Selenite Right. Okay, I believe this check is to probably avoid a curse of some sort, which would be a debuff. Okay, so I guess we have to pass the check in order to be able to pick these things up. I think anything's really important out of these things. There's the Idol of Selûne. We might need it later. I'm not 100% sure. I never found a use for this. And then we have this Moondrop Pendant, and this could be used by anyone, really. It just prevents attacks of opportunity when you're below 50%. Alright, and we have a Scroll to Detect Thoughts and a Healing Potion. And a Potion of Speak with Animal, which you actually will need. That's pretty much it. Alright, so if you come in from the front and go to the right, this is where the Owlbear will be. And there are a couple ways to approach this. You can defuse the situation, and this doesn't really matter though, because she'll fight you if you go near her nest. So essentially, if you want the loot, you have to kill the Owlbear mother. And if you don't kill the Owlbear mother, then the goblins will eventually. And either way, you find the Owlbear cub in the goblin camp too. So we can actually use Karlach to talk to her because she does have Speak with Animal. She doesn't have any other persuasion checks, she just has intimidation really. And if you don't have Speak with Animal, you can always use animal handling checks.
Feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat.
Yeah, so either injured or still half a spear lodged in your head.
It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you with worse.
So, of course we can do intimidation. It's probably the best thing we're good at. Come then, once I plucked you, I'll have your cub for dessert. We do get an advantage because we are barbarian. And we can also use guidance since we have that cantrip on our necklace. There we go.
Brave. Stupid, but brave. And I'm too tired to deal with brave. You can go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
Okay, so we did get inspiration for that. However, this is also good because we can take our friends here, and they should be able to get up here without drawing attention. So yeah, so if you want to get people in position, you can. Now, if you do get too close to them, they will attack. So we can walk up here and kind of provoke them a little bit. Okay, so those two are in position. We can get Will in here.
Cub looks from you to his dead mother. A single strike will end his suffering.
Okay, so we don't want to kill the creature. That's unless you can if you want to. If you're that kind of person, go for it. I'm gonna let this creature live.
You watch, speechless, as the cub begins to eat his mother.
You can provide for the cub. Perhaps it'll live.
Yeah, so there's some mixed results, but it's kind of like the best outcome is what we did, where we get to have the loot, and the mother will die regardless, so it's not like we're that much more cruel. It's either us or the goblins that get the loot in the end. Ooh, Shadowheart did take quite a bit of damage.
This way.
We need to use our heal. Then probably do a short rest.
Freshened up and ready to fight.
A lot on my mind and...
Alright, so now there's a couple of things that we can loot in here. The biggest thing is looting the mom. That's kind of what we came here for. So you get this head of the broken spear.
These boots have seen everything.
And we can right click and we can combine. And you have to put the other item in there, which I think Karlach has. And there we go. Vision of the Absolute. And the blinds a target that fails a dexterity saving throw. So it's pretty nice early game spear for people that can use spears. I know that Shadowheart can use spears, so we might just give it to her for now. And yeah, it's a pretty nice looking spear. But the biggest thing is, so you do get the blind and you also deal additional damage to certain creatures that support multiple sets of eyes. So pretty much creatures that have more than 2 eyes is kind of how that's supposed to be worded. So like spiders and beholders, stuff like that. Okay, there also is a owlbear egg here. This is not really used for anything that I'm aware of. It's just a part of camping supplies. So it's a full 40 camp supplies. That's the only thing I know that it's used for. I don't think you can hatch an egg. And then you also get this, the Oak Father's Embrace. And this gives the wearer the ability to do reflection damage onto undead. And that should be it. If you want, you can grab this pork loin. There's also that backpack up there. You can pick that up if you need another backpack. But that is going to be it. Let's head out. So what we're going to do now is probably call it an episode. We did get quite a bit of loot. We found a lot of hidden caches throughout the early game areas. And we're really kind of only left with the goblin area, which is great because that's going to be quite a bit of stuff there. A lot of combat, a lot of negotiations. And it opens up the majority of the first zone. So that's going to be all. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.